loans per se, but until we see a clear path to debt sustainability, it won't make sense for us to continue to approve more loans. The government has brought loan agreements for us to approve, and 3 different loan agreements, one for $200 million and 2 each for $150 million US. We have taken a very simple position that looking at our debt situation, we are unable to support further approvals for further loans, because we believe that if you are in a hole, you don't continue to dig further. We are waiting for the finance minister to give us a clear path to take out of this debt situation. We need to know our debt sustainability plans. Otherwise, we in the minority are clear that we are unable to support any additional borrowings by this government.
What are these loans supposed to be used for? And are you not just destabilizing government?
No, we are not. You see, one of the loans they brought to us indicates that they are requesting for $150 million.
And this thing has been going on for some time now. I decided not to speak on it. But today when I was having a meeting with my team, I told them that this is nonsense. I genuinely decided not to speak on it. Why? Because I thought, said, no, we are a TV station. We need to help. Consistently, TV3 has just said, managers upon managers, no much said, sometimes they take decisions, they don't think through the decisions. They are like chicken. You can take it all the way from the Nanaba Namwa issue. The basis for them using the second Nanaba Namwa, you could say it was insane, it was stupid. It did not make any sense. It did not make any sense. But you see, TV3 has become one of those TV stations that you cannot trust again. If TV3 management, and I said this manager believes Captain Smash show is better than Johnny's show, and that Johnny's show, the time should be cut down, then this guy has something wrong. There's something wrong with his brains. He's not okay. He has a psychological problem. He cannot take TV3 anywhere. He's one of those political puppets who at the end of the day are licking the butt of politicians. Because what is their show now TV3 is strong beam? What show? In the mornings. Your morning shows are not bringing in the numbers. You know it. Your morning shows are weak. They don't bring the numbers. This was the only guy who was bringing the traffic for the morning show to get the numbers. So who in their right senses will say, show our edit traffic in Mumubano, yeah, in Katano. Now, what is this? What kind of foolish management is this? And who made this guy a manager? What qualifies him to be a manager? Because you are a manager to Yaduba insider. You are brought in to make some crazy changes. Johnny's Bite and the rest of the shows, people were beginning to think you are smart. You came to add something to it. Not knowing you just came to become a dog to politicians. That's why we are here today. So I think, say, so the show is not there. But the dilly-dallies and the comedy and the foolishness happening at TV3, airtime. How much do you pay your workers in TV3? TV3 worker better get $2 an hour. Nobody in TV3. No worker in TV3 is paid $1 an hour. No worker. So what is there that people are trying to bring in market? Drive people to come watch the TV show. You will sit there, and because you are taking money from politicians or whatever, you said, what is going to build the TV, And I said the owners of TV3, because they are Lebanese or Chinese, they are also in bed with the government. Oh, you guys are not paying your taxes, and the government is saying they will shut you down. And we are going to investigate you people, because this does not make any sense. And I Captain Smart, Captain, until you people need to get some things right. Concentrate at time, and you're going to lose your viewership. Let me tell you for a fact, your morning show, it is Johnny's Bite that drags the numbers to watch your morning show. It's a fact. Until say management, another manager, I said this issue, manager and bottom, he needs to be changed. Or some pamono. He does not want the TV to get anything. Intermedia may come here. If you guys are going to cancel the show, cancel the show. We say at the end of the day, TV station phone back where then we will see how to brand you people. Stop this lukewarm attitude of we are for the people, entertainment at the end. They say TV3 or what it represents. What does it represent now? You can't represent truth, because when people are speaking truth, you take it off. Intermedia, I'll tell you. If you want to cancel the show, cancel the show. Then you want to show them. Now this concert thing of 5 minminutes, 10 minutes. Oh, yes, will be one more time. And then at the end of the month, I want to incorporate Bianco Jumano. Concert ni Jimmy say ya na modity TV na modity team multimedia. Multimedia anka our 50-acre land na ko multimedia o drive fam ko hu bebi anka ncham at the front and time bi on team. Multimedia at this point they are supposed to have like a 10-acre land that this is multimedia village. Kwasi ade nko hedan mu tantan bi on team. At the flying omni parking. Just say you don't know how Ghanaians think. Just say mediocrity, foolishness. They don't want to grow. They don't want to make anything standard international. Jimina should be a multimedia war. See where multimedia is. Oh, call unya baby packet. They be almost say, oh, woman pack ha. If the person is coming and he's not secure about his car, just say, oh, you didn't want to say, Jimmy, yeah, investment, we don't want to grow into omugusa pillar nim, omugu pillar 2 nim, and a Jimmy from slow basic form. From slow to form, omugu Jimmy Musa. Today, Ankamanoka say, Anka multimedia or 10-acre lander. Okoha, this is the TV. This is Adum TV. This is the radio. O drive Okoha, and some drive Okoha, Yankasi Adibio more. And these people are working multimedia. Concert Konko Wemu, Yedimatana Moja. Oko Adum TV, Oko Boda Chumia. I just say a tongue quick, Kati and your tongue. Kwasi, a glass where Urana Wako Pimway, Urana Wapim, Unya Baby. Just say, Yatik Rodum the Jimina, and TV3 was also. So that's my message to TV3. And this thing has been going on for some time now. I decided not to speak on it. But today when I was having a meeting with my team, I told them that this is nonsense. I genuinely decided not to speak on it. Why? Because I thought it said, Nyanseni Bibeka said, no, we are a TV station. We need to help. Consistently, TV3 has just said, managers upon managers, no much said, sometimes they take decisions. They don't think through the decisions. They are like chicken. You can take it all the way from the Nanaba Namwa issue. The basis for them using the second and Abana, I could say it was insane, it was stupid. It did not make any sense. It did not make any sense. But you see, TV3 has become one of those TV stations that you cannot trust again. If TV3 management, and I said this manager believes Captain Smash show is better than Johnny's show, and that Johnny's show, the time should be cut down, then this guy has something wrong. There's something wrong with his brains. He's not okay. He has a psychological problem. He cannot take TV3 anywhere. He's one of those political puppets who at the end of the day are licking the butt of politicians. Because what is their show now TV3 is strong beam? What show? In the mornings. Your morning shows are not bringing in the numbers. You know it. Your morning shows are weak. They don't bring the numbers. This was the only guy who was bringing the traffic for the morning show to get the numbers. So who in their right senses will say, show our edit traffic in Mumubano, Yan Katano. Now, what is this? What kind of foolish management is this? And who made this guy a manager? What qualifies him to be a manager? Because you are a manager to Yaduba Insider. You are brought in to make some crazy changes. Johnny's Bite and the rest of the shows, people were beginning to think you are smart. You came to add something to it. Not knowing you just came to become a dog to politicians. That's why we are here today. So I think, so I won't show him. The show is not there, but the dilly dallies and the comedy and the foolishness happening at TV3, airtime. How much do you pay your workers in TV3?
Just that was started previously, and they want to enhance
TV3. No worker in TV3 is paid $1 an hour. No worker. So what is there that people are trying to bring in market? Drive people to come watch the TV show. You will sit there, and because you are taking money from politicians or whatever, you said, what is going to build the TV, And I said the owners of TV3, because they are Lebanese or Chinese, they are also in bed with the government. Oh, you guys are not paying your taxes, and the government is saying they will shut you down. And we are going to investigate you people, because this does not make any sense. And Captain Smart, Captain, until you people need to get some things right. Concentrate at time, and you're going to lose your viewership. Let me tell you for a fact, your morning show, it is Johnny's Bite that drags the numbers to watch your morning show. It's a fact. Until say management, another manager, I had this issue, manager and bottom, he needs to be changed. Or some pamono. He does not want the TV to get anything. Intermedia may come here. If you guys are going to cancel the show, cancel the show.
And you are buying 1 year, who better kakra. Before, and abaya bet one year the home better kakra ye to your home better kakra home better Momon Pine and Pom. On year the home better kakra. You must send your beer in Ghana. A school for the door saying that we are coming here to my. You must send your beer in Ghana. A school for the door saying that we are squat and net or many of my. About time in the Bible coach could be we are not certain in China. A Jumani. There's a tax when you say we are so. Then you acquire and I say, yeah, bye. A German just saw him in person of young which. Nimtantam no Germany. So to your matter, Casabon Premier come in person, man. Women is over them. I want to say, what's our women is over than anyhow. Omo rigi budget what will be no be many.
My father, the nations and the global prophet one. And Israel.
Enti aban one year ye hu beto kakra.
Before enra.
Aban bet one year ye hu beto kakra ye to ye hu beto kakra hu beto.
Before elo kruma ye bi.
Momon pa ne empom. On year ye hu beto kakra. Adwuma say ne bia ne Ghana. A school for the door saying that we are coming here to my. A Juma saying you be in Ghana. A school for the door saying that we are squat and net or many of my. About time in the Bible coach could be we are not certain in China. A Jumani. There's a tax when you say we are so. Then you acquire and I say, yeah, bye. A German just saw him in person of young which. Nimtantam no Germany. So to your matter, Casabon Premier come in person, man. Women is over them. I want to say, what's our women is over than anyhow. Omo rigi budget what will be no be many.
My father, the nations and the global prophet one. And Israel.
Enti aban one year ye hu beto kakra.
Ni ekete tax nipa kofa na de fe brochira ba no obi twa tax ene resi etu niema no ene de gemfo otu omu niema no awurade Akufo de omomo boni di ene tax amomo boni obi pade a na de camera to no so na wutwa ade na esa wo yesa ene ena kompena obi aboka ye ene ese de esie ye tutumo eteduma ye fo be den abede ni enu anu madidi Akufo ado ade na wo yesa Again, I will someone be a sinner. I will do be by the Gano. I will do be by the Gano. I will do be by the Gano. Gana Uramadio, and then you go for what some body for years. Somehow my catch now. Someone drunk will not be missing the Titomo. What's the IMF? And what's your phone echo? And then you already divorce. Nina make catch now. And now was at the man was and the body to the more microphone for the Pami at the tongue of Lancaster. And then me a Jumanam here going to me a casino ni. And then me near Jumanam, I didn't see the Sabasa. On my Ghana, Yatuabesino, Mame, but the Ghana. I mean, yeah, and you game. Dear me, one year. Abrabo Papa, Akufo the boy. Company Cassia, I will give. And then I said, tax near their tour, Musso, to me, will be part there. Now you're 20. Ni ekete tax nipa kofa na de fe brochira ba no obi twa tax ene resi etu niema no ene de gemfo otu omu niema no awurade Akufo de omomo boni di ene tax amomo boni obi pade a na de camera to no so na wutwa ade na esa wo yesa ene ena kompena obi aboka ye ene ese de esie ye tutumo eteduma ye fo be den abede ni enu anu madidi Akufo ado ade na wo yesa Again, I will someone be a sinner. I will do be by the Gano. Awurade obi beje Ghana ya wura mani o ene de Akufo do so ma akobo di fe yase so wo se ma ma ka kira o se wo kira ko na bi se da ditobo wo si IMF enkwasiafo na eko ene ne de obedi di bola so me na me ka kira o ene ugu asatime ni wa se ene body to the mo microphone na afofo ni pa mi abeto me fe ni Lancaster ene mi ejuma na me go through me casino ni ene mi nya ejuma na maye adenti na esa basa oh my Ghana ya twabese no Mame beti Ghana ami.
This abandoned project cost the taxpayer $200 million. 6 years since the change of government, it has been abandoned and left to rot. The facility has been taken over by rodents and other animals. Government announced only last week it was open to selling it off to a private developer. Well, the minority say no way.
I'm shocked with what I've seen and the team here, and I know you are also very shocked about this. And going back to Parliament, I don't think we have to go and rest. If there should be anything that we have to do as a committee in Parliament to compel this government to look for funding to complete this project without using any private developer, we have to do it. So any private developer that will partner the government to complete this project, the project will be taken away from you.
A member of the Committee on Works and Housing, Gisela Tete Agbutui, a professional architect, warned citizens to turn the heat on government to complete the project.
And I'm very disappointed. Number one, there are 5 policemen who are patrolling this place. This is large estate. How much security can they provide for this? The concrete walls over there. When you enter the rooms, you see that the switches have been cut, have been pulled off and cut off, and they've been left there. The switches are Hager switches. That is not a cheap brand. Just look at the doors that are there. Good quality finishes and good quality fittings. So if this has been left to deteriorate to this manner, we should be asking very serious questions of the government and why they have left it to this point. I'm very disappointed. And as an architect myself, it breaks my heart to see so much waste. In
Nkranza South MP, Emmanuel Kojoje-Kun, is alleging a deliberate plot to run down the facility and sell it off to cronies.
It's just a matter of somebody trying to run it down so they can pay cheap. They can organize with their cronies to be able to get it cheap. And trust me, I can prophesy to you today that this is going to be sold to a family member. This is going to be sold to a friend. This is going to be sold to a business that is close to these guys in power who are saying that it's a failed project.
So this facility that cost the ordinary taxpayer more than $100 million has now been left to rot, and the minority are not leaving this hanging. They want urgent governmental action to fix the mess that is now the Staglemi project. They say they are completely against the privatization of this project and have been issuing a threat to any potential private investor that if you get involved in this project, a 2025 NDC government will not honor any agreement you had with the current government. We've been inside, we've seen the fittings having been completely stolen, electrical materials, the burglar proofs, the glasses, the doors, the windows, everything is gone, and this building is back in a state that is uninhabitable. They say that a future NDC government will complete this project and no privatization will be allowed. From Saglemi, here in Ningo Pram Pram, Kweku Asante for Joy News.
You still get hard to sing, Abby? You want to try Ghana front trousers over my city, the dollar in Abbey Peno. I've try you didn't hear the sing, Abby? Maybe Chonsa Quantre. You this boy, you know the respect. That's why I come out you from the seat. Who try to me so say me miss my dollar and cities I pay. You know be me who talk amo. It be Baumia. Massa. Make you people give me peace, oh. Me serve me yare. And I know you will tell me say make I go lie to the people. Say I go make the dollar and the city same. I feel the original say me I'm cock. Hey. Charlie Baumia, YouTube be fair. I go come on press and put away mama. Why you be Judas? No worry, I go use another tactics. Many of them are mafia. No? I go mafia you people. You people they lie too much. We chat throw too much. No, they say gobe, simple gobe. 20 cities. Boys are going to mean the gobe. Boys are going to mean the gobe. Maybe personal gobe yes, 1 city. Oba gobe shiri. Who am 20 cities. We go see for the next election. We go see. Make no worry. We go see. I go show you something. See small boy. The Baba take petrol so who do also another petrol and the apostle. The Baba take Yamaso, it's a Baba Yafo. There's one person Friday Yafo there one. And then any cake once in the year. Cake once in the year. The Pia Wire Day. I mean Yafo to me. The Baba take petrol so who do also another petrol and the apostle. The Baba take Yamaso, it's a Baba Yafo. There's one person Friday Yafo there one. And then any cake once in the year. Cake once in the year. The Pia Wire Day.
Hello. Because we don't evening. I hope so. I hope so. Be boko. I mean, sure. About 650. US. About 11 and so ever Ghana. Na kupo inshira pa se utai china o bwana manya makoso. I mean, sure. Onyo kasiya pa. But what to me can now me who say otun kasa sound in okay. Internet na is slow kakra. But eguso ayehwe se ebebasa ya na beko say na mi hira pa na onyo kese no mbie kwan emfama wo ebacho frobi no be sun frobi and you may wo last last TV so the CEO Kevin Taylor ona ne dia ona oye one soul blogger nanka oye vlogger enne o uno no TV station ono set a standard am I nyina he set standards. Say ayo ya ubetumi akowu. Upa kona kowu. Me hwe ekura baka. Amanfo ab jealous de saa ma ene kura no. Ye nkrofo bi a na nka ye mo chances bi. Oba bi a ye ma ne chances bi kakra no nso entumi embra na omeye yi no. Say ono nso n'ani abre a se o di jealousy. Enti no Kementela no oye boss ba kopɛ. So opo sa wo mpo. Oye boss ba kopɛ. Enti no Kementela no oye enti ayo ya obetumi akɔhyepo. Also pa kona kɔgye TV ni bi. So wo nyansa na wo yoba obetumi akɔgye bia kona kɔgye bi. Kɔgye bi na also my platform en fa bekasa. Hwinim tenten sɛ ayi hwinim camel hwinim. Moment nkoso na yɛn monko na ene me topic am say become one no very simple. Yes, very very simple. Akufo selling Ghana. Akufo or Ghana. But wa wo tifie me chia na kupo nhira wo. Ebi a wo bia na me nhira pa no mbie kwa emfama wo. Ene me no obedi nkomo ketewa bi na ya bobra. Enti me da wase. Pe wo ice bi na fa drink bi na nsu bi na bibi fa guso na trance na hwe me. Let me entertain you. Wate. Akupo onhira nya mega me nganye me mbla no manye ni mu ajo no dugba ne gbelegbe ahanye le ho ino fa na yo no dugba o fa na share mo TV na ke hambuko Safari TV Africa o fa na share mo hambuko ni mboko ho a share hambuko ni wo fan wo ya wo here no fa na bo modern no o share hambuko ni wo fan wo ya wo here ni mu ajo bodugba ni mu ajo bodugba ne han no fia no aya no odugba ahawo a job ojuba. All right. My yina osati ye rough no. Enti na sekura. O kurasi ni o ha. O kurasi ni rough. Mon chama me hwade. All right. Enti egusua yako yanim. I egusua yako yanim. Nyakubo nsha. And then monitors nyako off. I maintiasi maintenance no abodam. Abodam. Ba mu fanche me. Tete mu fanche me. Na yenhwe ye ebekoso. All right. So ene your topic ni ye Akufo selling Ghana. Na or selling Ghana. We be say, "Hey, Taforo, what's about Kano dio? Akufo to be in Ghana. I want to be in Ghana." Tana he or ton amu say yes, the nyabre. I or ton pa. It is a say I grown old dear. And you may catch or say, G because we kurasini. I never pass to bani bi. And also afar or the tree nyansa no. I never pass to bani bi. Into me show video bi. As a glimmer. Ah, sabi, your mama see or ton. With a shabami. Excuse me. Cody. Someone. Excuse me, why? Watch me.
Change of government has been abandoned and left to rot. The facility has been taken over by rodents and other animals. Government announced only last week it was open to selling it off to a private developer. Well, the minority say no way.
I'm shocked with what I've seen and the team here, and I know you are also very shocked about this. And going back to Parliament, I don't think we have to go and rest. If there should be anything that we have to do as a committee in Parliament to compel this government to look for funding to complete this project without using any private developer, we have to do it. So any private developer that will partner the government to complete this project, the project will be taken away from you.
A member of the Committee on Works and Housing, Gisela Tete Agbutui, a professional architect, warned citizens to turn the heat on government to complete the project.
And I'm very disappointed. Number one, there are 5 policemen who are patrolling this place. This large estate. How much security can they provide for this? The concrete walls over there. When you enter the rooms, you see that the switches have been cut, have been pulled off and cut off, and they've been left there. The switches are Hager switches. That is not a cheap brand. Just look at the doors that are there. Good quality finishes and good quality fittings. So if this has been left to deteriorate to this manner, we should be asking very serious questions of the government and why they have left it to this point. I'm very disappointed. And as an architect myself, it breaks my heart to see so much waste. In
Nkranza South MP, Emmanuel Kojoje-Kun, is alleging a deliberate plot to run down the facility and sell it off to cronies.
It's just a matter of somebody trying to run it down so they can pay cheap. They can organize with their cronies to be able to get it cheap. And trust me, I can prophesy to you today that this is going to be sold to a family member. This is going to be sold to a friend. This is going to be sold to a business that is close to these guys in power who are saying that it's a failed project.
So this facility that cost the ordinary taxpayer more than $100 million has now been left to rot, and the minority are not leaving this hanging. They want urgent governmental action to fix the mess that is now the Staglemi project. They say they are completely against the privatization of this project and have been issuing a threat to any potential private investor that if you get involved in this project, a 2025 NDC government will not honor any agreement you had with the current government. We've been inside, we've seen the fittings having been completely stolen, electrical materials, the burglar proofs, the glasses, the doors, the windows, everything is gone, and this building is back in a state that is uninhabitable. They say that a future NDC government will complete this project and no privatization will be allowed. From Saglemi, here in Ningo Pram Pram, Kweku Asante for Joy News.
All right. Egusu ayekoso. Ene mechia obium na machia obium. Nyeme minga nyojugba yefe na yofe nwa ajo nyojugba wanya wo here. All right. So mene nunu wana jiake Akufo Addo. But beni eba power ebani na ke John Dramani Mahama emma affordable housing to GP over 1,005. Ni kwa police for ibanye himi. Ujafo ibanye himi. Government officials banye himi. Koni ametuni nurses, doctors, banye himi. Dabi, Akufo Addo ke iba ho. Before ni iba ke iba ho na ketwene. Iba bowa ke julo ko ejushika ye affordable house ye na ma mi ye. Julo ko ejushika. No shika ni bomo eju ewo afi investigation. Meanwhile, contractor etuni kanyeba. The stop contractor ni stop contractor neba fake problems pi mahama ejushika mahama ejushika contractor ejushika ne fe ne keson ahu ana anoku atachi akwashia buwe batashe ke Ghana fu yake ne ke project ne big project ni big project amena koko down abana edohe eba ke Ghana fu yake ajushika apeshika kona sana apio na kashika no obia ne ameho twe ofane mimbi buake minkebo bewe edwemo we school kaji bonota presidency obafe ne aka atwuni ama omoni nurses doctors police soldier fu ibanye hijen koni amebo modeni amenya metwuni Akufo Addo ke eho na kanchuji e private sector nile ibako neba rent ni nashika ni wo fe wole ake jake eho ha private sector eho ha lenche he Yemen netiashi mon sorry na mon kasa ene ye nyense badwo ye nyina ya bre to the extent say president a uye kwasia say uhwe ni tiri ne na adwini mu a utu se enkoyie na president yi onim say ade metoa so na metoa so a ebeboa be man o se mentoa so meton waton Kufo ton obi aton Kufo ba be ton nyema ayi Ghana Telecom Ghana Airways plane ya ton ya da restaurant na manfo didi wom Ghana FF plane o ya aton e obi aton no da restaurant plane o ya kan kwachire ya ton wi ye ntumi anya yi ampe ba ko nsi wo ba oton keke e de tete ne ho ka ene any plane yen Ghana for we are forced to take this Ghana friend Delta any friend saying we are forced to write those ones is giving them money and by this time saying Ghana for 2 coin then can you Ghana Airways back 10 kra and can swing che one state back Delta one state planes on the year juma they catch the one will be one Delta and then government owned Ghana for penny for a chimney or me and Kwasia for ABCZ. The reason is because oh, a man for Omuti a friend saying a manone Omutu Kwan Koba, 2 Kwan Koba. It would say, O man for a 2 Kwan. It no matter what the case may be, no, O man for be 2 Kwan. Some men on Ghana Airways naked when Yansa, Kakwasia for Kabuba, man, Ton Ghana Airways, name Mutu be calm. Nanka, Ghana Airways call baby. One only direct flighter, and you're comfortable. We had good pilots. And then, who catch me say, you need Ghana Airways back okra ewo. Until me say, Muya Yansa for Muya Jimmy for. Every asset that belongs to Ghana, you people can't manage it, you will end up selling it. Saha Akufo Addo, what Jimmy Ghana Airways, Ghana Falcon, Kufo beto so ho, Kufo toye no, Kufo toye no, atamis be yusu ye, mama be yusu ye, eduwu Akufo Addo so a, o say, sa plane no, shot to do. Into a jar plane you see the plane that come Liberian president. Like a mebo, like a sihoma ye, and a young ministers in young Crawford edit to choir and kanye. What is a plane that come Liberian president? The Liberian president, you know, only me, and I know the ought to be money crew. Can he not purchase one for Liberia? Is Liberia not a country on its own? Why do you go and give our Falcon that President Akufo bought, reading by Atamils Mahama? Wunkwa kwasiama yi bedu so a wo se de wonai ukotodwe na mo amudi nechi a boto a mutie nyansa mo sim wo nyansafo no ye bisa mo da be na mo so betumi adwe ne yie na mo nyansa papa. This is my question. Da be na madwe ne ebeye adwuma is my question. Ye bisa da be na mo nyansa ebeye adwuma. A question. Me bisa mo nyansa no ebeye adwuma da ben. And now dollars here to play ticket in na you recommend Delta any affairs or more makeka Ghana nkwasiafo mpanyifo mwa up to now you don't even have anything to show for say you are running your own airlines. There's so much me aye mutumi bubu akoto affairs esi ayi affairs oh how do you call that one cathedral asia cathedral na be made ready moi cathedral na be made ready. Maybe Penyam so me sorry. But my question is that how stupid can our leaders be to the extent that they will spend money that could go to infrastructure or go to some kind of development or some kind of social, franchise so that everybody will benefit from it. And to say, who they want to say, and then your mama see your bread who see one tone was see ya. To say the periods mo beton yen mwa nwan sefi mu mwa mo gua kamfo ni mo ase wasiafo mwa agimifo keti ha mo tise kokonte keti ha mo tise kokonte ma me nka se mi chemo mo ni sika ntwa na ntwa ye be fa kuma de betwa akuma de betwa because mo se mo agimu ye nkwasiafo mwa tabili se guwe. We say, how much would it cost you? How much money would this building cost you to repair? How much money would this building cost you to, renovate? If that's the case, it's not that bad. Or to finish it, let me say that. Kwasia, look at the vast land over there. Look at the vast land that's over there. Do you know how people could stay in that place? Do you know how we could keep on building that same kind of buildings? Wasia mine abua nka wo nyasa ka buy no wo simye du baby no now so be challenge now so simya ka ho ne wu se mo ye adwuma mo kwasiafo de onu ye no beton kwasia mo fese ye jibijimi ho mo ka se ni nyansa mo ma yasem adwo mo ma yele mo adwo mo ma ye kodam pam ko ne ye mu ntumi na because of Jimmy no nkwasi asem say and people be Jimmy asem nkwa sorry and so for Ghana a Jimmy for 50 Pentecost as for me sit down a Jimmy for nkwa na timu muntumi ntum penifo fo na so mudi eche kakra be mambo langusa sika be chema munti no muntumi nka dokore. Since when we have enough churches in Ghana, why do we need a cathedral? Spend such a money on cathedral. If the president chose say omesia so dama na kupon and the own priority ni pay now original conference. It just said, huh? It's so sad. It's so bad that when you people don't understand why we sit here and we get so angry. I am angry because we don't have leaders that are thinkers. That is my problem. We don't have leaders that are thinkers. This is my problem. This is my head. And this is the reason why I'm upset right now. Because we don't have people who have common sense enough to think. And now the youth, I'm telling you, rise up. Go over there. In fact, we are telling you, if any investor, any stupid or unscrupulous investor, also known as Kuma Yedu, na also beto sa adan na onkolokoto ni ehwe so metimi atenemu a another idol be ya kwasia upiri sesa emre na wo fa be ye bola na be di kwasia sam as what Akufo do wonu obusa fo mu no masebo be blessing eyi thunder paya e be sima pam bako oba futa otu wechi a onu so sue nyansa nkani ba mu a kasebe wo nyansa ye wo wakra wo nyansa stupid woman utumi no wanka kra da wo ba wanka utumi no wanka kra da wo ba o uncle utumi no wanka kra da wo ba say, and this is happening in Ghana. Oba fun to say wo betimi atrase aka asem jimie una ota na chi no di kwasi asem. Yesro wo bechi yen enso mutumi ye efu. Wo bechi yen enso mutumi ye efu, mutumi ye kin. Ghana asem yen ja kan da. We will not stop saying it da. The better sa. So what Ghana na ade we enye wo hawa. Ade we en hawa. Na wo yare. What do you eka? This is very sad. Do you know what those buildings over there can do for Ghana? Do you know what those buildings they can do for Ghana? Wouldn't decide that you rise up for another demonstration? Rise for another demonstration. Yes, sad. Yes, sad. Now, omna munton. Some ton, munton. Na ye say, so how nipa kono so beton no, obetuma ye adwuma me ahwa. Na mo soja fo abotio, ka we bema camp mua. For soja fo any police fo no monya baabi atena. Mua se fo mua. Siafo. Let me get on a break and I'll be back.
Business that is close to these guys in power who are saying that it's a failed project.
So this facility that cost the ordinary taxpayer more than $100 million has now been left to rot, and the minority are not leaving this hanging. They want urgent governmental action to fix the mess that is now the Saglemi project. They say they are completely against the privatization of this project and have been issuing a threat to any potential private investor that if you get involved in this project, a 2025 NDC government will not honor any agreement you had with the current government. We've been inside, we've seen the fittings having been completely stolen, electrical materials, the burglar proofs, the glasses, the doors, the windows, everything is gone, and this building is back in a state that is uninhabitable. They say that a future NDC government will complete this project and no privatization will be allowed. From Saglemi, here in Ningo Pram Pram, Kweku Asante for Joy News.
After the Uja was a me cocaine. Hey, Charlie Baumia, YouTube be fear. I will come on press and put away my man. Why you be Judas? No worry, I will use another tactics. Many of them are mafia. No? I go mafia you people. You people they lie too much. We chat too much. No, they say gobe, simple gobe. 20 cities. Boys current mean the gobe. Boys current mean the gobe. Maybe personal gobe yes 1 city. Oba gobe shiri. Who am 20 cities. We go see for the next election. We go see. Make no worry. You go see. I go show you something. See small boy. You go show who for the next election. Person and confirm your parachute. No, two papa. That one say if I not talk out. Charlie, you go show who for the next election. Means if I finish everything on my way, I get the whole wide world. In my hands, I get the whole wide world.
Guys, asɛm a yɛka bebrebe ɛnyɛ asɛm a ɛda fam o ɛyɛ asɛm a ɛya ɛyɛ asɛm a ɛya. This is so painful, and I'm not playing with this. My dear we was ama slow entirely. How build this way and build this beer and can bet me a child magana for Ghanaians and that area. As I said that as a glimmer, what could see factory based on my employ people. We Jimmy too much. Akufo, we A to Z. We Jimmy too much. No lucrativeness in your mind. Jimmy, we know a safety.
Rot, and the minority are not leaving this hanging. They want urgent governmental action to fix the mess that is now the Saglemi project. They say they are completely against the privatization of this project and have been issuing a threat to any potential private investor that if you get involved in this project, a 2025 NDC government will not honor any agreement you had with the current government. We've been inside, we've seen the fittings having been completely stolen, electrical materials, the burglar proofs, the glasses, the doors, the windows, everything is gone, and this building is back in a state that is uninhabitable. They say that a future NDC government will complete this project and no privatization will be allowed. From Saglemi, here in Ningo Pram Pram, Kweku Asante for Joy News. This unnamed project cost the taxpayer $200 million. 6 years since the change of government, it has been abandoned and left to rot. The facility has been taken over by rodents and other animals. Government announced only last week it was open to selling it off to a private developer. Well, the minority say no way.
I'm shocked with what I've seen and the team here, and I know you are also very shocked about this. And going back to Parliament, I don't think we have to go and rest. If there should be anything that we have to do as a committee in Parliament to compel this government to look for funding to complete this project without using any private developer, we have to do it. So any private developer that will partner the government to complete this project, the project will be taken away from you.
A member of the Committee on Works and Housing, Gisela Tete Abutui, a professional architect, warned citizens to turn the heat on government to complete the project.
And I'm very disappointed. Number one, there are 5 policemen who are patrolling this place. This large estate. How much security can they provide for this? The concrete walls over there. When you enter the rooms, you see that the switches have been cut, have been pulled off and cut off, and they've been left there. The switches are Hager switches. That is not a cheap brand. Just look at the doors that are there. Good quality finishes and good quality fittings. So if this has been left to deteriorate to this manner, we should be asking very serious questions of the government and why they have left it to this point. I'm very disappointed. And as an architect myself, it breaks my heart to see so much waste. In
Nkranza South MP, Emmanuel Kojoje-Kum is alleging a deliberate plot to run down the facility and sell it off to cronies.
It's just a matter of somebody trying to run it down so they can pay cheap. They can organize with their cronies to be able to get it cheap. And trust me, I can prophesy to you today that this is going to be sold to a family member. This is going to be sold to a friend. This is going to be sold to a business that is close to these guys in power who are saying that it's a failed project.
So this facility that cost the ordinary taxpayer more than $100 million has now been left to rot, and the minority are not leaving this hanging. They want urgent governmental action to fix the mess that is now the Saglemi project. They say they are completely against the privatization of this project and have been issuing a threat to any potential private investor that if you get involved in this project, a 2025 NDC government will not honor any agreement you had with the current government. We've been inside, we've seen the fittings having been completely stolen, electrical materials, the burglar proofs, the glasses, the doors, the windows, everything is gone, and this building is back in a state that is uninhabitable. They say that a future NDC government will complete this project and no privatization will be allowed. From Saglemi, here in Ningo Pram, Kweku Asante, for Joy.
Masama me Kenya na say, baby Ghana eduno no, baby Ghana eduno no. Na sebe, ye youth ni ya sorry a, sa mpanyifo we, umbi ye ni mu ase, ye be bre e Ghana, and I'm being real with you. Ghana for men, young men and women, let's rise up. Let's rise up. Mummy, I'm sorry. Ghana for men, man, let's rise up and speak. So what to all? Na me de manu do dwem, me de make be den, me de mun fi mi, do me yaron be there be. Rise up, pick your phone, go on Facebook, record a video, put it out there, speak your mind. Let's do a hashtag. We will allow. You can't sell. Let's do a hashtag. You can't sell. We will allow. Let everybody rise up and make videos and put it out there. Put it in the system. Let youth go over there at assembly over there. In fact, Mr. The MP for Data, Sam George, you need to bring your people. Rise up, because that buildings over there is going to open, your village. Bring more dynamic people together. It's most sorry. No one demonstrating was no one to me, Anton. This is not good business. Mamun pene ma ngwasiafo we and this adwuma we enya honko. In case you don't know how bad it is, this building can accommodate thousands of families. Thousands of families can have a place to lay their head. And I'm saying, moton, asia, moi, chimifo, moton. Onton asiafuo mo ba na nke ton agesiwa munim nyansa enka mo beye bibi enka mo beye sesie no agimudin ana mo sibi to aso enka mo sibi to aso asiafuo jimifo moa toilet mo moa. Let me go greet some of my fans and I'll be back. All right, so William Cab, I see you. Pauline Bridget Apia, I see you. Tina Vatia, I see you. Pauline Bridget Apia, shame on you, Akufo Addo. Build your own affordable housing and leave Sagleme in Ghana, for Ghana. Natural Empress, as a Ghana woman, I'm so disgusted with Rebecca Akufo Addo. Yeah, you should be. You should be. Yes, that woman is a disgrace to womanhood. Linda Ofosu is here. Franklin Nate is also here. Annabelle Apina Mendoza is also here. Allo Awumi Charles Kamayo Bidinlib. All right. Elamtek, Areta Okoye, Prince Nyama, I see Jacob Rothschild, Okay, so Jacob, I have unlimited data bundle, MTN, Voda, Airtel, and Glow internet. 10. Oh. Hannah, Jacob Rothschild, Ebeye, anything. Politics on. Ah, I see. Okay. But if you be on my analysis view, I'll take video hurts. Yes. Do some pay. I'll take sound very okay. Okay, good. Cab, well. It's a machine gun picture. Fire. All right, I'm free. Nikoi. Prince Nyoma is here. Okay. Rijay Dabre. Kwaku Newton. Rijay. Monica Obing. Matada Hiagbo. Ohima Accuracy TV. Ohima Accuracy TV. Matada Ahiagbo. Monica Obing. This stupid guy called Akusaji Manprepe. I've blocked this guy. I've blocked him. He's a very foolish man. But Jimmy said, Jimmy for I block no. Asia, what the Ghana? What the Ghana? Abuaba. Asia, Prempire na befro. Why not? Prempire na befro. Mugu asantefoni mu asante de munim nyansa no. Mu mfari mo chimpo. Mu Jimmy a mu mfari mo chi. Mwa. Utra ho. De Akufo do ye no. E ade papa ma. Asia mine. Hu fi wate. Wanu hu nyin se ayi mempo boam. Asia man. E tete mo kasa mo tell flax fa so mo din ko asema mo ka che ku fa sem se ni se. E wo asema do. George Augustus Apia. Matilda is here. Monica Kofi is here. Charles Kamayo. Okay, I've mentioned your name. Monica Dakutu is here. Epacho, yakoso na yakayasem. Bukasi yedi agro. Mwa. It's about time I was a kebe ni bre. Na Jimmy sembi oha. Ye chaso. Aye. Ye interest in yagro. You kind of question yes, na yakọ enim. Yes. Into no, so won't chasa utumi ko shipo. I me si won't tete ko shipo. Won't chasa me si ko shipo. Wasia young man take a tell at ho or the TV edwuma we no dey here. Asia mo tigana mo sori ana mo asem na mudi. Do you know munim what people go through a day to sit down? To sit down like this and talk and educate people and tell people what is happening. Do you know what it takes? Mutu wana Jimmy some ya titi kama modi na mo Jimmy madri ni aye se nsio ayi galamse nsio. Mwa. Try to educate people when you are sitting here and you are talking nonsense. Mwama. Gua santifoni mwa sasa are. Enyo ferry puse kufado abi Jimmy say egua santifa pampem. Enyo ferry was your boy. Jimmy for one can wate. All right, guys. I'm going to invite ASP Franklin for our segment. Police rights, public rights. Police right, public right for 30 minutes. And I want all of you guys to, listen and be, advice on some of these things that we're going to talk about. We're going to go solo today and be able to educate you guys as well. To Ghana for Munti Emame, police in the Chiwa, Kwame Faso, Ukwamani Bimwa, Jawasa Woye, and case be bar, right in the police right in ye training together. I Akupo Unshira, Umpeja no Yakasi. It is so, Bobodia say, obey alert. Now what police right, public right. Police right, public right. Police right, public right. PR. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, boss. Good
evening, sir. Anyamia do maye.
Enye izo. Na bibia eboko de. and also minya good remarks. Program na here no ho. People loved it. Until Gusua me bo abaso. Unim dia o de boa Ghana for.
Una waye na Nyankopon amama hoden who say who here say no will collect will take it from these people who are colonizing us again. Yama you any Ghana for who say Addo say we will not sit in ignorance, but thank you very much.
That's it. ASP Franklin, we dey some our to wrap up. Now, and my question is, I'm better now. Me mama wankasa one my scenarios of some things that happen in police. I think I love that kind of talk. Say me who say history when it comes to things that happen to you in the police. I don't because it's of the past right now. Now, we should be sure Tiara Meniji Humpa. Now, and I'm a dream baby who citizens arrest. Who can arrest somebody? Until Ufo say you can't citizens arrest her. Anybody can just go and arrest somebody. And we are also going to talk about batting or abusing or instant justice. And it's no. I have a pa sometimes I reho say obi bema obi instant na vicinity bi bema obi instant justice. Now omekuna such no my na ya disfigure on this no. But that will be the next question going down there. But let's talk about citizens arrest. Can anybody arrest somebody and take them to the police station? And what is the procedure that has to be followed? And who can be arrested and who cannot be arrested?
All right. Our laws, the laws of Ghana, any criminal procedure act, the friend of Act 30, the criminal procedure act 30, any criminal procedure act, it is a menu handing at the back door.
No.
Yeah. I'm speaking out of my 25 years experience. And say me if musubina me quoting book binenye corrector. People can go back. That's why I'm mentioning the book. Our Criminal Procedure Act, Emma Kwan say, Ghana ni biara. Na obi ye boni ewonenim. Owo to me say obe to me achinepan e di akọ police station. Ghana ni biara. Ewo to me. Emrano, which is the Criminal Procedure Act, amasa to me, say Ghana ni biara. Wujina ho, na obi ye boni. Wohono, uwo to me, so ube chine pano, na modi ako police station. To me no interest ube bro ne pano. To me ni emma okwan se ube bubono. Ana ube yenu yaka die. But to me no say ube suni panomono di ako police station. Na udi ko police station no. Esese ubua police for all the processes they will pass. Edi ako to court. Edi di pano court. Ashwe se ni pano. Esese punishment na disa umudi mano no. Na nesa ni pano nsanka. But problem na yewo Ghana ni say. Ghana for be to me. Nipa na omudi nipa no ko police station no na omabro no sometimes to the point of death enti me se me police ni na o si obi ye krofo na wabro no na odi ne ba beto me yourselves wa me engine to self, and I have done it before. Remember with the nipa no me take you name, your address, your everything na ma hwe se mo di nipa no ko hospital. Because Emrano or give you that authority does not add that you will beat the person before bringing the person to police station. I didn't mean to sell. Me to sell now the etina uwa. when ebe dia dance say enye me na mabro no eno ntina nipa bebre sa program yi omuntie emra no Ghana mra ema okwan se obi biara odi boni onye police ni kura onye soja ni kura obi biara odi boni ebetumi aye police ni a odi boni ebetumi aye soja ni a odi boni obi biara odi boni. You can call people together, you arrest them, you send them to police station. You have no right to beat them. Sara na police in Yesu. Uni hunkwanura mikasa ofidi Yesu say. The police has no judicial function. We don't have any power to punish. We only have power to arrest. Just like the civilian have the power to arrest. Na the police in ni ukochi obi and the person is resisting arrest. You call for backup. You don't beat the person, molest the person, because young kasa enurana country say we will come to the offenses of the police. Your offenses be a mekai. I'm a police for be who say emra ma kwense police ni bia be bru bia obebia. Emra ma hu kwensa. Enti say nipa no resist arrest. You call for a backup. Na nipa no ho se modoso a enya dia obeye gidigidi bia adenti na nkrofo suru se ombeko police station omunim omukodu police station ni a police for bi ye omunti enti na ukoka ti obi se omi hia o police station kura no suru se obeni wechi enti citizens arrest, it is a law and you can find that law in the Criminal Procedure Act 30/60. Act 30/60 is sold if you go to Publishing Corporation opposite Old Novotel or Hoyeton book nina or Udu was Act 30 and a Criminal Procedure Act na pakai na odia asuade. So every Ghanaian is allowed to arrest anybody who is committing a crime in his presence or who he suspects to be about to commit a crime. And Tienfana said, Bema be said, or this kind of Chani or Kikanawati, or Kam about we mekumwene. That person is about to commit crime. So you, the citizen, can call people together, arrest that man, and send him to the police station, but you have no right to beat the man.
So, thank you, ASP. Now, my problem I'm going to say, the police says they can use a little bit of force if you are resisting arrest. So why can't the citizen also resist? Exert a little force, to subdue the criminal or the alleged, perpetrator, because we can't call him criminal yet, because the court is the only jurisdiction that has the power to basically declare somebody a criminal, right?
Exactly.
Good. So in this case, if I want to arrest somebody who is cutting electrical wires, and I find a person, and this guy is bigger than me, muscles, no one don't say what did okoni mekoti or one no way or bomb back one, say me pray. Entino nipa say no. That's all resisting arrest. Why can't we exert a little bit of force, as the police also has the right to exert a little bit of force when people are resisting arrest?
The minimum force that the police has right to does not give the police the right to beat the person. You see, when they talk about minimum force, it is a force that is proportionate to the resistance. The force that you are going to apply as a minimum force must be congruent or must be equal to the resistance the person is. So the moment the person gives up the resistance, that minimum application of force must stop. And Fana say, my home picture be a Kevin Taylor did to the ways I'm a police phobia trying to restrain somebody. That cannot be called a minimum force. What you say? You see, if they had stopped the person questioning the person, and one of them call for a backup or call the nearest police station in within which the jurisdiction is the issue happened. A police van will come with 2, 3, 4 men. Se nipa no hu san krofona enya dia obey gidigidi because on himself one does say no. What you say? So the minimum force does not mean that bunu kakra. Now, who can say civilian? I don't think I won't use some of the minimum force. The question is this. Say obi eye tintin gram e chen wonim so wa hon de chen wa. E mara no nkyere se kete e mara no hye o kete se chino. E mara no hye o se obetumi a raise alarm. They say what can say obi can take electrical cables. And I see the person's stature. Say minim say nya dia mbetumi a. In such circumstances, even social psychology talk say you call for help. Enti ubetumi aye de dia mankrofo aba. Mo ye nipa be ye 5 sa Goliath kura no ne ho bejo. Ama ubetumi aso ne mo e dia police ana mo ho na mo ontumi ndwane frame ho no na mo afre police and na police for number e de tu dwa be de bia me meti hai. Police for 18555 e wo metre mo de bia me di ma me ma no mo sa asembisia on fresh number. And it works. It works because it goes straight to the headquarters, and the headquarters will ask you where, then they will call the jurisdiction within which you are, then the police come. They may delay. 18555. All media work. If you use good, Vodafone, MTN, everything. 18555.
18555.
555. This number, when you call, it goes straight to the information room in headquarters. They will call back and say, where are you? Now I can say, you are me so home. Now police will not fresh home patrol groups. Say, send me see what this area, go there. They will call Kofrodia, send me see what this area, go there. And you know, Emrano show Kitty say, Kona Kochi will be an Ehonia Dion. Emrano say, move it me a channel. So who feels open to me? Call for help, then you will be able to arrest the person. Even the police, that minimum force, I'm explaining to you that if you are a policeman and you use a force that outweigh the minimum force, the police administration will hold you. I'm telling you, put that video, you will hear that the police will be sanctioned because the police administration does not approve of that. Obi baby says na den na omoye. Ma country o de bia say police here was here is full of hooligans. To say omoye police for papa. They were trained within 6 weeks. And such a person, the procedures of arrest, the procedures of even trying to physically restrain somebody, they don't know. Because the pressure the government put on the police administration to pass them out quickly because of the election. During COVID, policemen were trained for only 3 months. 3 months, my brother. You can check the records. How do you expect these policemen to be professional? So to answer your question, the minimum force that even the civilian or the police will apply should be proportionate to the resistance that the person is trying to put up. But if your force outweigh the resistance like what we saw in the video, then I'm sorry. Do you know that I couldn't watch the video full because my heart cannot take it? There are so many policemen who feel like me today because the man is not even running away. He said, let me call my boss. Now, I say, look at the civilians who will be there. So, Papa Police, Munjaina, offering a boss, they were trying to make the police feel that they were doing the right thing. Ghana police intolerant is the administration is not doesn't endorse this nonsense. I'm telling you the truth. And I told you that on your platform, I'm going to say the right thing about the police. What the police are doing, which is not good, I'll say it. And what the police are doing, I'll say it. I'm not going to lie because they know me. And I still work with policemen. They call me and seek advice and things from me. They mean to control. The police administration is not happy. And I know they will issue a headline on this very soon. Because yet the police no more, there were police who they will not behave like this, and I know the public will bear me out. It is our police you are entity, you people, fine, you can arrest. You are all policemen, you are given the same police right, police powers. But there are procedures. When you realize that the person will not succumb to your plea of arrest or your command or your authority of arrest, why not call for the nearest police station to come and help you? For all you know, that entity people are not even from that jurisdiction. They might be from a different jurisdiction because for them, they have a freelance. They can go anywhere for motor check and whatever. You understand? And I was asking myself, are they only the two people on duty? Because the MTTU people always go in numbers on highways. So what are those two people doing with a private car? I'm sorry, and I want to say that on behalf, I'm not a police officer again, but I bear that name as ASP retired. And I know that the IGP will issue news on this. It's heartbreaking. And I'm sorry for the family and for that person. And for all Ghanaians who have watched this, I'm very sorry that our noble police service is being turned into something by stupid, uneducated people because of politics. Let me end it that it's because of politics that we have all these hooligans and cantankerous people in our service today.
All right, so ASP, how do you measure a minimum force?
Yeah, so the minimum force, as I was telling you, should be resistance to somebody's, should be equal to resistance. One, someone will tell you that the minimum force must achieve the aim of arrest, where the person must finally succumb. Now, let us go back to this video. When the person continues to struggle with you, you are booting him, you are kneeling on him. If the person dies, does it mean your minimum force achieve your aim of arrest?
No.
No, it doesn't. So that is why I'm saying that the minimum force is applied with wisdom. The minimum force is applied with something we call you are trying to. It's not something that you can be judged with. There is a word we use. You use your discretion. It's discretional. Minimum force is discretional. It's not written for you to be clear for you. You must use your brain. Okay? So if you are arresting someone and the person continues to struggle with you, and to the extent that if you know that your restraining the person may lead to the person's death, you have to stop and call for a backup. The backup will make the person become very sober because the number will outweigh him, so he will not even make any move anymore. So as I was saying, minimum force is discretional. So if you don't use it well, you will be judged for it. You will be held for it.
So ASP, that's a good answer. But my point here is that we know the police service is a little bit crippled when it comes to transportation, and as a first responder, coming on time, being there on time, just as we know here in the US and the UK, how they when you respond, when you call, whether it's fire or whether it's a criminal, the fire service comes first. Within 5 minutes, or let me sometimes less than 5 minutes, the either the police come first. Sometimes the police and the fire service, compete to get here first. Usually, the police, especially when it's criminal, and the fire service comes also in case of any injury to come and help and all that. So, how capable is the Ghana police that when you call this number I have put on the TV, the 18555 police call line, how possible would the police be able to get quick to come and help arrest somebody who is basically armed robbing or holding somebody or using a knife or whatever, or doing something very bad? How do we know that the police will be there on time so that the person doesn't run away?
Okay. You see, as I said, the police actually is bedeviled and crippled with issues of transport, fuel, and all other things. But I know in most times, though they might be late, they always intervene in such matters. And I know that, one, let's look at the call. I said somebody, that number you put on is in Accra. So somebody is in Sawam and he called the headquarters. The headquarters will quickly call on Sawam police station. So it's going to take some time. Then sometimes traffic. And one thing I want to educate Ghanaians to know, when the police are called to emergencies in the UK, here, and in Ghana, they have to put their siren and their horn on to warn other road users about the speed which is dangerous at which they are moving. Ghana, say, ofre police car, not or blow siren, no bar. Almost because it's armed robbers in the police force run to Omudisa siren to say that they microphone but they forget the speed at which the emergency car is driving and must warn other road users. It is the woman bibisa they should know say and yes a police force rule, but they must warn other road users that they are at a speed that might be dangerous to them. Now, in Ghana, most of the cases in Accra, they are able to reach places. Sometimes the issue is done, the crime is committed, like highway, the town road robberies. The people are gone before the police get there because, Accra, traffic and also on. Sometimes even the police will even try to warn people to give them way. The drivers don't even mind. So the citizens should know that it is their responsibility. In this country, the moment you see the blue light flashing, you have to park. You have to park. Today I was coming to work. I have to park. When I saw the red light in a distance, so many cars were behind me, they all parked. But in Ghana, they don't care. So you are asking response time. Response time might be effective. Sometimes it might not be effective. In this country, sometimes you call for ambulance 1 hour, they don't come. In the UK, they don't come. But I'm saying in Ghana, these are all the things we need. The police response time must be quick. And therefore, motorists should help. And the police administration should begin to do something about their response time because it is not helping the citizens. Every operational center in the eastern region, in the western region, in Accra region, they should always have fuel for their cars. Do you know that when I was in the PIPS, I have 5, those days we have 10 regions. I have 5 regions up north from Ashanti to the north. Do you know that when I'm going, they give me 45 liters of fuel to go and tow more than 100 police stations in the 3 northern regions, 45 liters. So I go begging on the road wherever I go to fuel station managers to help me with fuel to travel. And I know it happens to many police stations as well. They may not have fuel and other things. So I'm calling on stakeholders, people who care about the police and security of Ghana, should be ready to help the police. If the policemen have put themselves ready that we are going to do the work, they should help them. so that they will meet this fuel and things. There are a lot of rich men in Ghana who can give out help in fueling and other things, police stations, to help for their own security. I will not say our response time is excellent. It's never good. But I know that now they are working. And I tried it before. When I retired, I was in my house in Suhong. There was a suspicious gunshot. I called headquarters, and by the time I know the police patrol, they were there. They didn't even know I was the one who called, because the command was from Accra Operations. So everybody should try that number in time of trouble, and I hope the response time will be encouraging and will help.
Okay. So, ASP, let me ask you one more question. I've seen, policemen coming to scene and they asking you for fuel or giving them money to buy fuel or rent a taxi or bring a car before they will go arrest and all that. How do we deal with that at this moment? Like this kind of crippling with the police, where when you go and report, you have to rent your own cab or your own car, you put the police in there, you go arrest the person and all that.
It's pathetic. What you are saying, I wouldn't say it's a lie. It's happening. It's very pathetic that someone comes to the police station and the police has to ask that person to go for a cab. Because let me tell you, let's take Medina Police Station for instance. Medina is a division, at the same time a district, and has stations under it. I will tell you, they don't have more than 3 cars. They don't have more than 3 cars. If they have, it will not be up to 5 cars. So let's say that all these cars have gone somewhere and someone came to make a report. The policeman who might be carrying a gun might not like to sit in a taxi or in a trotro with his arm. So the only thing they will say is, go and bring a taxi. It means whoever is coming to report a case, if he hasn't got money, then that person cannot go to the police station. That is the problem with the police. Let me tell you something. It is not the police. The government does never, for about 5 years before I left the service, all the budget for the police never come. Listen to me very well, Mr. Saforo. For 5 years before I left the service, I left the service 2019. So around 2016, thereabout 2017, 2018, 2019, the police never had their budget. The police only generate some income for these bank guard duties they prepare. They send their men to the various banks. Those are the small money they generate. And then the bank unit, they generate some small fund to help the police. It's very difficult. I know some people, individuals, have bought cars for the police for some stations in the villages and those things. It's commendable. People are building police stations in their own villages and so on for the police. And people started blaming that if these people do that, the police will be in their pocket. Look, it is true, but how if one person is able to build a police station, what crime is that? Is he going to commit so much that he will be in the pocket of the police? Anyway, I don't know. People argue about it, but I think the time has come. If all of us want our police to work well for the good of us and our security, there is the need for us to help the police. Because if I have a case and I go to the police station, I don't have money, definitely the police are not going to enter Trotro, go and arrest the person, put the person in Trotro, and bring to the police station. It's difficult. It's a difficult situation. And let the government mind go there. It is not only putting your party men into the service that is important, but equipping the service with the logistics and the things they need, the knowledge, even taking police people to go and learn. Before I joined the police service, I know policemen have been coming to Britain to learn new skills and come back and teach us. But
the government now mukusia skills ewo kuro bi so a
The reason being that our policing starts from the United Kingdom, and most of the they brought policing to us. By Captain Grover, they brought policing to us, and till today, our way of behaving in our policing is like that of the UK, and so most of the times, when you get to the America, the way their policing system, the sheriff system is, it's not like what is in Ghana. So they send our people to Egypt, to places to come and learn. They come to Britain to come to school here. But those things were stopped because government has no more been footing the bills for the police. If you like, ask the government, let's find out from this government how much so far have they given the police, apart from pushing their party soldiers into the police service. What equipments have they given to the police? Motorbikes. Look, I said Nankese police station. I was there for 11 years. Not even a bicycle do we have. Do you know that this issue you are bringing today, sometimes I have people come and make complaint to me. I have to use the, the community policing system, where I have to write a letter to the chief of the village to mobilize community men and assemblymen to arrest people and bring to me because I was in the station with my station officer alone. Yes, this is what happened. Yes. You can go back to that, and that is how I police in the town. So today, when I go back to that town, they want to even make me the Odikuru of the town because I was able to use the assemblymen and the local community members to arrest their own people and bring them to the police station. You understand? Because sometimes I have to give them money because they trek from villages like Abisim, Tawa, and all those places far away to Nankese. I give them money to go back because they trek on foot. You understand? So what you are saying, please, it is a problem and it's not caused by the police. It's caused by the government who is making only shouting, I have given this number of jobs, I have done this 1D, 1F, I have done whatever, but the security of our country is at stake. How many motorbikes have they bought for the police and the police stations? How many, do you know that policemen and women are sewing their own uniform today? Yeah, from the meager salary they receive. Yes. From the meager salary they receive, you give them uniform to go and sew. And we have been doing that since I joined the service. Look, it will surprise you to know, when I passed out in 1994, I was given only one pair of boot and one pair of uniform. I wear for 3 years. So I have to buy. I have to go to quartermasters who will sell to you before you look neat. Today is better because the materials have been given and they have to use their money to go and sew. That is why you see some of them, the women, they sew what can bring their buttocks out very well. So they are not doing the work. They are marketing themselves at the traffic lights and whatever they send them. Anyway, that's not our matter. You brought a very interesting matter, which I want us to discuss on the instant justice. That is called instant injustice. But in Ghana, we call it instant justice. People, do you know, this is very common in Bolga because I was a patrol officer in Bolga for 1 year. And in Bolga, there are thieves in Bolga, but they are never lynched. But if you come from Navurungu or you come from outside town to come to Bolga to steal, you will be lynched and killed. Now, how did I start solving this problem? Saforo, I went to my regional commander and I told him I was the patrol commander for the region. I said, sir, I want to educate people about this menace because it's becoming too much. I can't continue carrying dead bodies. He allowed me. So I went to JSS schools, and I wrote to all the headmasters. So I found time. They gave me at least 45 minutes, 1 hour to speak to the whole school. I didn't write a speech. I went and asked the students, what Are they expecting from the police that the police are not doing? The children all they brought their question, their distance, and I answered. And I also find out from them how bad they think we can sort that problem out. I gave my numbers out. As I speak to you today, my daughter who uses my number in Ghana always receives calls from the northern region that people want to complain to me. Does it mean there are no policemen over there now? I went from there, I went to the secondary schools. You can find out from Bolga, from 2013 to 2014, there was a police officer there. What did he do? I went to all the secondary schools, from Navrongo down to Bolga, all the in that municipality, and I educate them. And I told them that when we are gone, they are going to be the people who will take over. The criminals then will be part of them. Some of them will be criminals because we are gone. How do we solve that problem? Before I left Bolga, those things subside. You see, those things subside. So the police should not think that it is all about arresting. They should be proactive. They should start going to educate people in the Pentecost churches, in the Friday at the mosque. They should go out. They should sell themselves. District commanders should take these things. Go tell the people that the mere fact that they shout, say somebody is Julo, doesn't mean the person is a thief. Maybe the person who even shouted Julo cry, he himself is the Julo. You understand? Then you arrest an innocent person, you kill him, like what they did for our major captain, which I don't want to talk about. They see him as a criminal, but I know, we all know it's a planting. But today, I'm saying it, until they kill your family on suspicion, you will not feel the pain. I have carried those people at the point of death to the hospital. Do you know what the doctors tell me? I have to pay for their treatment. Obia, who was a mob attacked, leached the person, and I went to save the person. We didn't go hospital, no. The hospital say, the policeman should foot the bills of that person. And I make a almost say, I don't have that money to do that. If they will not do it and build their government, then I don't care. And I left the person and I went away. Later I went to visit, they treated the person because they cannot throw the person away. So policemen are facing a lot of things. And I think we should educate people more on this suspicious arrest and killing of people or leeching people in the name of instant justice. It is rather instant injustice.
All right. So one more question. Not one more question, but I have a few questions to ask so that you know. On a home defense issue, I'm a homeowner. I'm attacked by an armed robber. What do I have to do? I have a gun. I have a cutlass. I have how do you call it? An arrow, bow and arrow.
Okay.
What should I do as a homeowner that have my family in the house, my children in the house, that needs to be protected? What should I do as a homeowner right away when I'm being attacked by an armed robber breaking into my house with a gun?
Okay. Yes. In our law, there is nothing like self-defense, but there is explanation to crimes that can be used as self-defense. The law does not give anybody that you have the right to attack somebody who is attacking you back. But in case you are charged for an offense, there is a part of the law that explains that what you have done is in self-defense. So you can see that people who own property in Ghana, the law permit them to have arms. You can own an arm. And in owning an arm, you should go to the police. They will check your criminal background and everything. Then you pay for it. They will train you with the arm. And then you can have it. Now, whilst you are at home and you are attacked by an armed criminal, you have arm. You don't have to wait for the person to kill you before you kill him, because the moment you are sure the person starts firing and you know that he's armed, if you have the opportunity and you kill the person, the law will never jail you. The law will exempt you in the name of killing the person in self-defense. This is different from where you kill somebody after when you are due to extreme provocation. I'm going to give the difference. For instance, as you are in your house, and then armed robbers enter your house firing indiscriminately, and then you get the opportunity to gun them down, the law will exonerate you on the fact that you took self-defense, because they will be seeing evidence of the arms they have. When they die, they fall on the floor. The arms and their fingerprints on the arm will all show that they were in to attack you and you defended yourself. Now, if you come from work and you come and see that Mr. A is grinding your wife, and then you saw it, and immediately your arm is just close by under your pillow. So you quickly took the arm, and then you fire Mr. M for grinding your wife. That is not self-defense, but that is you killed under extreme provocation. The law will not ask you to go home and sleep, but the law will not charge you for murder, but the law will charge you for manslaughter. So instead of maybe giving you life sentence, you'll be given a reduced sentence because you did that in extreme provocation. However, if you see the person grinding your wife, you didn't do anything, and you walk about a mile away to go and borrow gun from somebody to come back, and then
too late.
shoot the man. No, the law presumes that by the time you walk 1 mile, your anger should have come down. So it means you have premeditated the killing. And therefore, so in these circumstances, two things. But if any of them happen, they will look at the circumstances. So as I was saying, any homeowner who is in his house with arm, and then he's attacked by armed robbers, but don't let us mistake thieves as armed robbers, please. You have to be sure the people who are coming, who are in your house, are armed robbers. And definitely, if they are armed robbers, they will start firing to scare you. One day, I will find time and I'll teach the difference between stealing and robbery. People can rob you without arm. So robbery, the charge is not armed robbery. The charge is robbery.
He has no weapon. He doesn't have an offensive weapon.
Yeah, no. You can even rob without having any weapon at all.
Yeah,
you can rob without weapon at all. How? It is when you threaten the person with harm, or threat of harm, or threat of death. So you might not have anything. Maybe you put your hand even in your pocket and say, as if you are going to take a gun or knife, and you say, if you don't leave it, I'll kill you, or I'll wound you, and the person release the phone for you. You have robbed the person. That's not stealing. Because of the threat of death or threat of harm that you issue, it qualifies for robbery. Now, stealing, we don't steal in the presence of people. It's very hard to, because you can steal by intimidating the person, and that qualifies for robbery. But if someone is not there, you go and take the person's thing. We call it stealing. So we should know the difference. You can rob somebody. Somebody says they charged me for robbery and I'm not holding a gun. I'm not holding anything. Did you issue threat of harm or threat of death when you were taking the thing from the person? If it is, and that is proven, then you have robbed.
So the threat is what qualifies it to be either robbery or stealing.
Exactly. It is the threat attached to the taking away of the thing without the person's consent. You see, when you steal something, you steal the thing without the person's consent because the person is not there before you went to take it. So taking somebody's thing without the consent is stealing. However, if you meet the person there and you intimidated the person and then use the words of threat or harm on the person, whether you are holding gun or anything or not, the moment you issue threats and harm to the person, you have robbed the person.
So in that sense, can I say, I came to my house. When I opened my door and I entered, I saw a stranger in my hall pulling down my TV and digging, whatever he's doing. And I said, "Hey, what are you doing in this house?" And then he told me, "If you do, I'll kill you. If you make noise, I'll kill you right now." So there and then, if I have my sidearm, can I take action?
Yes, but you don't kill, you don't shoot to kill, you shoot to maim. You can maim the person. That is why when you are going to buy the arm, they will teach you how to use it. So that when you shoot the person at the thigh or the knee, the person can still live to defend himself, what he was doing in your room. But if you mistakenly kill the person, fine. How are you going to prove that he was in your room and he issued you threats? Was there anybody there? Was there a CCTV? That is where you have problem.
But as an ASP, that is my
Yes.
word against his, because he doesn't have any business in my house.
No. You see, the law is such that we have to have evidence to prove our cases. Somebody can come to your house to steal. And if you see the person, you can quickly run away, lock the door, and then call people to be your witness. You see, there are many ways to do the thing, but don't say that because I have arm. I was sleeping with my sidearm all the time, but I've never been angered to fire it. And people think that there is no bullet in it, but you have to exercise restraint in using your arm. The fact that you have
ASP, it is true. Anybody with firearm, the first thing you need to learn is patience. Unless you are afraid of your life, you are in danger, somebody is coming to you to kill you, or you know that this person can kill me with the weapon or anything, then you have the right to use your arm to defend yourself. But I don't believe in maiming. I don't believe in maiming because
it's not about your belief, Safuro. It's not about your belief. What is about you allowing enough evidence to exonerate your action. Now, let me ask you. You said somebody was pulling down your TV and searching through things. And then the person tells you that, look, if you don't shut up, I'll kill you. He did not take out any weapon out. Then quickly you take your weapon and then you kill him. Why not take your weapon and hands him up? And if he refuses to hands up, then and you are sure that he has something which after killing him, policemen coming to the place or investigators will see that he was armed with either a knife or something, and therefore will believe your word. It's going to be your word against somebody who is dead. How are they going to actually exonerate you? That is why I'm saying that there are many ways. Don't be so brave that I have arm, so I have to kill him. The person entered your room, so quickly go out, lock your door, raise alarm, let people come. And then even by then, since you have locked your door and then the person cannot come out, you call the police in, and that problem is solved. You don't necessarily, you will kill in the instance when in the night you are asleep. Then you wake up to see armed robbers all around in your house, forcing to enter into your room. Then you can find a way to knock them one by one. That one, because they have the arms that they were firing you here, there will be enough evidence to prove that you've killed the right person. I don't want us to lead this discussion to energize people who have arms that they can just shoot anyhow because they own the arm.
I do understand that, but ASP, my point is that I am not a trigger happy person. No, I am never a trigger happy person. But my point here is, you have a criminal in your house You don't know what they have. They have already threatened you, and you know, it's like you want to run away, and you know they didn't enter from the main door that you entered. They came through a window. They broke a window at the back of the house or in the bathroom and came in. So you closing your door, does it make any sense that he's going to be staying in there when you go and call people and they come?
You know, when you close your door, definitely you have to find out where the people gain ingress into your house. What I'm saying is very complex. You can kill the person, but if you kill the person, there must be evidence to prove that they were in your room with arms that will actually harm you. And I have not seen anybody who kill a criminal in his house going to jail. But the way our people deal with the law today, I'm not a lawyer, but my only advice as a police officer is have enough evidence to show that someone who is in your house is actually armed to the extent that he will harm you if you haven't harmed the person. If you haven't harmed the person, he would have done that to you. That evidence must be available to exonerate you.
So assuming this person in your room has been robbing people and raping people and all that, and you happen to find this person in your room, you know the person that this guy is a dangerous guy, and then
Saboro,
this guy,
Saboro, you know what?
No, I mean, let me make my point.
Okay. All right.
And then you know this guy is a very dangerous guy, and you want to remove this criminal from society, because assuming he goes and he comes, you give him to the police, he comes back. You give him to the police, he comes back. Keep on coming back. I'm not saying I will do it all. Somebody may, do it and then, get a knife in the kitchen and put his fingerprint on it and just leave him there. How about that?
Okay, a known criminal is dangerous to everybody. And I think if a person who has gone to jail several times, everybody knows, is found in your room, and everybody knows you are not the one who went carry him from your house, come and kill him in your house, and then actually he forcefully entered your house and without your consent, and then you met him and you killed the person. The lawyers will talk for you, but I'm not encouraging people to kill people, but I'm just encouraging that use your arm to defend yourself, but while defending yourself, have enough evidence to prove that you are doing the right thing. Saburo, I know where you want to push me, but we will discuss that back door.
It's like some of these things are things that we need to learn. It's very important,
Exactly.
and I'm loving this kind of show because I don't think there's anywhere in Ghana that they have this kind of show. There's nowhere.
Oh yes. No, I don't think. Maybe somebody will copy you very soon, but not yet.
Yeah. So it's very important that people will know this. Now, my last question is that, so assuming that this happens and you gun down maybe 2 of the armed robbers who has shut your door and tried to enter and everything, and there's CCTV over there, all right, and the police comes, what is the first question they're going to ask you? Are they going to ask you to bring your arms? Are they going to ask you to provide your registration on the arms? Are they going to ask you where you bought the arms? And are they going to hold you guilty for not having licensed weapon, though you bought it? But are they going to hold you liable for killing armed robbers who were almost about to kill you? And then you defend yourself, kill like 2, but your arm is not registered. But you defend yourself and your family's life. How is the police going to take it?
All right. The investigation is going to be 2. Yes, you have defended your family, and you will not be charged for murder and those things. You may be exonerated. But the law in Ghana says that anybody who has an arm must license it. Why do we license arms? We do it so that the security apparatus will be able to know who and who has arms. There are people in Ghana who are demented. They look nicely, they wear coats, they have property, but they are mad. I don't want to.
They take medication.
I don't want. Yes, I don't want to define them like how my brother Kevin Taylor defines them, but there are people who look very good, but they are mad, they are drug addicts, and so on. And so, if they have arm, they can misuse it. So, in registering your arm, the police will have to examine and know that you are a reasonable person who has to get the arm. That is why it is very necessary for you to register your arm. So if you use the arm, you use it in the right time, but you use the wrong arm because you have not registered. So you may be held for using unlicensed arm, but you may not be held for murdering or killing people. You understand? So that is why through your program, this program, people should register the arm that they have. And then when they use it, there will not be any hinges. Now, you were asking whether the police, which questions would they ask you first? Is it when such things happen, they will first see whether some of the robbers are alive. If they are alive, the reason being that they might not be the only people in their group. Why don't we normally kill the armed robbers when we meet them? See, when you kill one and there are other thousands, how do we get them? So they will see whether any of them is half alive that can be helped to become alive, to be questioned, and to give information on the other ones. Now, if all of them are dead, the police will take them. During the investigation, you will be allowed to give your statement. Yeah, the network break a bit. During investigation, you will be allowed.
Are you drinking coffee? Is that a coffee break?
Hello?
Yes, did you have a coffee break? Hello? Oh, we lost ASP. Yes, so I think I lost ASP. I think he's going to call back. I think this is a very good show, and we need to expand it because a lot of people don't know a lot of things. So we need to, keep on advising people on some of these things because they are very critical questions. Every question I've asked him are very critical questions that need to be asked so that the very person at home can be able to, have an idea of what to do in such scenarios. Very, very important. So I don't know whether it's because we've lost ASP or he's running away from my question because I know ASP very well. He's not the kind of guy that will run from a question. But it is what it is. So my brothers, please subscribe to Sapporo Media and the videos over there that are trending, watch them and leave a message. And make sure that you also know exactly what you are doing when it comes to security issues and stuff like that. ASP says register your arms. And I wanted to ask ASP if he knows that it costs over 3,000 Ghana cedis to register your sidearm, but he's not picking up. I want to call him and let him know that it costs over 3,000 Ghana cedis to register your arm. Over 3,000 to register your arm. And that's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. And the monies you probably will be giving on the side and stuff like that and all that, mount up to a lot of money and all that. So I think we should be able to talk to the government to reduce the bid so that people can be able to register their arm. It's 3,000. And where does the money go? Where does the money go? So it is what it is. So as we talk, things are going to get better. Now, if you know wherever you are, maybe I will be a number a good phones, TV, so but your Pomodiana store good phones, so a police line, maybe I will be a or Vodafone or MTN or Airtel or whatever you have. Who fray 18555 Ebeko Police Headquarters. They will direct you to where you are. You can report a crime. You can even use it as a tip line. Tell the police what exactly is happening. Please do well, do well, do well, big time. Be able to be abreast with security issues and know your right and your law. You need to. It's very, very important. Very, very important so that you can be able to, know all that. So, Brother Akufo, and ASP will come on very quickly so that I ask him my last question, and then we can go. ASP,
Hello.
back.
Yeah, the line is we are back.
I thought you went for a coffee break.
No. I think the line just went off, and I was trying to get back to you.
I see. So, ASP, do you know that it costs over 3,000 Ghana cedis to register your arm in Ghana now?
Yes, the government, I think, if not the government, the police administration is trying to restrain as many people from getting armed because of the proliferation of arms in the wrong hands. I recently wanted to find out, so I myself will do a registration of my arm, because when I was leaving the service, I have to hand over my sidearm because it's not for me. And I know ranging from pistol and then the pump action and others, yes, 3,000 plus. And I think it's good, because if you need to have arm, you must be a sensible person. And then somebody who, you say you have a property, you must, it also generates funds for the police, I think so. So I think it's not bad. You shouldn't make it cheap for everybody to get an arm. No. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk because I'm outside and I can easily afford it, but I felt some restrictions should be put on how arms are gotten by everybody. Recently, we heard about a young man last year who killed a tenant in his house, a musician, just because of some issue. If everybody is having a gun, and then everybody will kill everybody. So I think there should be some restriction, especially I will urge the police service to do a lot of investigation about people who are applying for arms, so that they don't end up giving arms to every person with question marks. People with question marks should not be given the opportunity, no matter whether they can afford it or not. So the investigation should be much on those who are wielding arms as private registrars on arms, so that those arms will not end up in the hand of criminals. Yeah.
Yes, but ASP, the legal guns are not the problem. The illegal guns are the problem. So, making it very expensive for somebody to register a gun because they may think they may be a houseman and all that doesn't make a lot of sense. But what do you think?
My brother, I was telling you that sometimes, when you are in Ghana and you want to do a criminal check, it's 120 cedis in Ghana. But when you are outside, it's 1,200. Have you questioned the police why? Because spending whilst you are outside, let's say 1,200 in a pound is less than 100 pounds is I think it's about 1,200 now. Is about, if you take about 60, 70 pounds, you get that. So if you use that one to do a criminal registration in Ghana whilst you are in the UK, it's not bad. So if, as I was saying, the arm is they are only trying to regularize it so that not everybody get arms. But I am also saying that it should not be about the money. It should be about the people who are applying for possession of arms. The police should be more interested in that. I think this money is raised because they want to raise funds for the service. Because, as I tell you, government budget is not going to the police. I'm telling you. You can find out this from every police officer in headquarters.
Yeah,
they know.
ASP, the point is that I do understand your stance on that issue, but honestly speaking, there are so many things that police officers can do to earn more money for the police service. Number one, they can make a law that every contractor who will be doing road or any kind of contract should have a police officer and pay a certain amount of money to the police service.
No. So excuse me to say, who is going to make the law? The police don't make the law. The law is made by Parliament.
No, I'm just saying, this is IGP's program he can do. Not that he's making the law that should be done. He can take that to Parliament and say, Yesika, it is so I come there. And you know,
Obi, you are interviewing me, but me person is Rosika Pedidi.
Exactly. And so the problem is that, so if IGP says that midway call Parliament, and say contractor be or contract no or befa ebia depending on the contract or befa police for BM yensa ebia sa contract no obetua police no ebia $2 an hour na $10 an hour just for that police officer. Na sa asika no police service so enya omo de afrim and they pay the police service and that police officer gets paid through that. You understand what I'm saying? Just like the bank due detail.
I know what you are trying to say. You know, the police the police is not a money-making venture. But in order to be able to sort certain things out for themselves, they have a welfare scheme where police officers contribute amount of money every month, and then out of it you take a soft loan. That is what enables some of us to put up house before traveling outside. So yes, I understand what you are trying to say, but you see, the police, because the police service is not a money-making venture, it is difficult to engage into such things. But they are now taking advantage of what they are doing, which is legally permitted, which is like giving out, issuing license for arms and all other things, and then the little money that they will get from that. So they raising the money. I'm not so much happy about it, but that's why I'm saying that they should not concentrate much on the money, but they should concentrate on the investigation of the background of people who are requesting to be issued with arms. I hope you understand me.
Yes.
But I will not fault them for raising the amount of money because it is because they are in dire need. I tell you, they are in dire need. The police band has to play at funerals and all those things, get some money for the police administration. If I tell you how much banks pay a week for two policemen to stay night and day, 24 hours, it's very meager. Very, very meager. You see? So now the banks have also said that, if that money is not much, then let's be giving the police some token at the end of the month, the week, so that they can use it to wash their clothes and those things. Fine. Some of the banks are doing very well. Some, because of that, they said, no, we don't need the police anymore. They have their own private security. And for me, I've been against policemen being used for vanguard many, many years ago, because that is not the job of the police. But the police some of them still give, because if they stop it, where will the service get money? Where will the service get money to do the things that they are supposed to do? So, as I said, and all stakeholders should come on board. We want a better future for the police so that when this cruel government is gone, we will purge the police. I'm saying we are going to purge because Ghana can purge the police service. Youth can do it. We always say that the youth of Ghana are toothless, but they are not. The only thing I'm seeing today is they compromise their stance. So when they are called, go and demonstrate, they say, Kevin Taylor and I should come and demonstrate. Look, I'm comfortable where I am. It takes many people to get settlement in the UK. But for 5 years, I have got my settlement. I can decide to take citizenship and remain here forever. But that is not what I want. I love Ghana, my own country. That is why even when I had the opportunity to travel to the UK, I never wanted it because I wanted to serve my motherland. I was happy in the police service because I was frustrated as a junior rank before I became a senior rank. And then nowhere, Kofi Buati raised me to the headquarters as a staff. Why should I leave the service? The day I will be giving my DSP is the way I retired from the service. How many policemen will do that? But I did it because NPP has started frustrating the service from 2017, and I wasn't happy to be in such a service. I would have regretted remaining in the service by now. So I'm appealing. That is why I said I will do whatever I can so that we will liberate the Ghana Police Service. Today, I saw the guy who beat ASP Nankam Bruce. What has the police service done to them? That policeman, he was a junior rank at the time. He went without provocation to beat his senior officer. He is also at the police academy now to become an officer. I wish I were there teaching, and I would tell him my peace of mind. You see, when you make party, this guy, if he become a senior officer, what will he do to NDC people who will go to his office? You see, I told you I've never been a political party member until about in August, when I decided I put NPP and NDC on the table and I weighed them. It's not by the performance of what this NPP is doing. I like people like Atta Kennedy. People like that in NPP was reasonable. I'm only surprised that today Nana Akumia and Kendapa have disappointed me so much. They were the people I was looking for in the NPP. So I weighed the two and I said, no, I will be with the NDC. At least John Mahama is alive and I'll be with him. I'll vote for him. So I became a South London branch member, a card-bearing member. I'm just waiting my card to be brought from Ghana. So people who are hearing me today, I am for the NDC, but I will not speak when I'm talking on police matters on the NDC. What I want to say, and all the political things going on the NDC platform, you can see I always advise them, whoever win any of their chairmanship or whatever, let's all rally behind the person. I'm not for any particular person. We are for the ultimate to decolonize Ghana from these thieves. I'm not afraid to call them thieves. They are. If somebody has built Sagleme and you want to privatize it to the people you know, if you are not a thief, then what you are? Then you are armed robber. When I'm teaching the criminal law, I always try to tell recruits that robbery is the senior sister of thieves, stealing or theft. It's the senior sister. They are all together, one family. So if it is not stealing, then it is robbery. So that all of us will fight and get Ghana back to its feet. When NDC win power, I had friends in NDC. Let me tell you, Julius Debra was my mate at the University of Ghana. We sit together. I have never asked him any favor when he was a staff officer to the president. I have never asked him anything. And Brian Achampon, he taught me how to drive as a constable. We were friends in Obomi and Mbraiso. Brian Achampon, he can hear me right now. My name is Franklin, he knows. But I've never asked him anything, no matter how close he was to the president. I'm not that kind of person who is looking for favor from anybody. God has blessed me already. Ghana, God has blessed Nkrumah already. And he has blessed me in my own small way. So for people ask me how successful I am, I tell them I was brought up in a village called Beaverby, American Town in the Volta region. The place is a weed smoking and weed planting town. I have never tried smoking, even though my uncles used me as a child labor on the weed farm. And that is my success life today. It's not about money. It's not about house. It's not about car. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hold on for a minute? If you want to ask ASP a question, you can bring your question or call him on the number that is on there, 020 1772417. If you have a question for ASP, you can call him right now, and then we are going to ask him what you want to know. So please do well to call him, and then we can have ASP, explain some things to you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. So call time. We'll make a few calls. So if you're there, you want to call, please do well to give a call. Other than that, we're going to end the program because we have overdue, or we've stayed. We overstayed our welcome. We're overdue. We have to go. So it is what it is. I love this program. I love this program big time. So if you have any question, you can either write in the comment section or call in and ask your question. The number again is 020-177-2417. And then let's keep on moving on and share. All right, so bring your questions right away while ASP is done. ASP. So until anybody calls in, can you please give us one more scenario that happened to you in the police service?
All right. Yesterday I told you about someone a judge who forgot himself, and today what I'll tell you is this. There was this senior police officer. He's dead now, but his name is, I think, Agbemehia or Agbovohia or something like that. I was investigating a case, an assault case, reported by a woman. The woman came to the police station to report that she was beaten by a man. In fact, there was no mark of assault on the woman, but I gave her a medical form to report, to go to the hospital and report. I was then a constable. But I was also the investigator of the station. So not quite long, a young guy also came and said he was assaulted by the same woman, but there was blood oozing from the eyelid on top of the eye. So I gave him medical form to also report. The young man the following day brought the medical form. For 7 days, the woman didn't bring the medical form. So I traced her to her house to find out why she wasn't there. I didn't meet her, but I met the husband and I left a message. In a week's time, I had a letter from the regional crime officer in Koforidua that I should report with the docket. In fact, I didn't understand. So already I took the statement of this young man and also filed his medical report that was endorsed by the medical officer. So I went to Koforidua to meet this crime officer. When I went, I met the woman, used something to tie her forehead, and there were these flies all around the forehead as if she was wounded, and they used a bandage. So the man invited me to his office and started insulting me. This woman reported the case. What did you do? And I explained to him that this is what happened. I even went to her house. Then I asked the man, can you let this woman remove the bandage so that we see the cut he has? The man said, I'm a stupid man to tell him that. And I told him that this woman came to the police station without a mark of assault, and the diary of action is in my docket, so he should read it. Because the woman was called Labi, and the woman's brother is a station officer in Suhum, under which our police station was in Nankasi, that man advised the woman to go and report me to the crime officer. Because genuinely, I will not take bribe from anybody. I was doing my things right. In fact, I pressed on the man that if the woman's bandage is not taken, I threatened him that I will swear on the Voltairean God, because the insult he rained on me were unjustifiable. Not knowing the man was also an Angola man. So quickly, he called the woman. When they removed the bandage, there was nothing there. The man opened his mouth. And I said, have you seen the insult you rain on me? And let me tell you something. Having insulted me, I'm leaving the docket with you. But I tell you, God will justify me before you one day. This police officer died as a superintendent whilst he had stroke. So this is one of some of the things I met in the service, and I have to share with you that there are people who go to the police station, and some of the policemen will make one against investigators, against other policemen to cause trouble for them. And if those policemen are not strong, some of them run away, they leave the service, they resign, and so on. There were instances where I have to resign, but I did not resign. I waited until I qualified to voluntarily retire on my salary.
I see. That was a good one. Thank you very much, ASP.
Thank you.
God bless you. We're going to continue tomorrow. God bless you.
All right. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
All right, guys. You do baby, you do. You had the eye, and with the investment, whether must say, when you're very amateur, it's progress. We shouldn't be always what it is, but we also, educating people that actually happens. So this program segment is called Police Rights, Public Rights. All right. So thank you very much for coming to watch. Bless very much, and don't forget to subscribe to our media. And watch the videos there, like it and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you definitely.